Hello there, I'm Kerry-Lou and welcome to Silver Style Studio. Today I'm so excited to share with you one of my favorite looks. It's the no makeup look on a budget. That's right, I'm going to show you how I like to do a no makeup look. What is a no makeup look, you ask? To me, it's you on your best day. Edited skin as opposed to totally covered up skin. Radiant, healthy, dewy and refreshed. And I just have to say that it's really gratifying to know that the tips I offer here are being used and enjoyed by so many of you. There was a time way back before YouTube that the only way to get good tips from a makeup artist was to actually have your makeup done by a good makeup artist, and not many of us had access to that service. It's just amazing that I can literally reach thousands of people, and I know it's only makeup, but I also know that a little makeup can sometimes make us feel confident in certain situations or in everyday life. When I was 15 years old, I wore way too much makeup, and I wore thick foundation and about 2 pairs of fake eyelashes. My eyeliner was painted on like a drag queen. And do you know what? It actually made me feel better and more able to go out into the world. In one way, that's sad, but in another way, that mask helped me at the time. It's kind of ironic that at that time in my life, when of course my skin was young and bouncy and beautiful, I felt the need to wear all that makeup. It was definitely my defense to the world, my armor, if you will. Now I'm 65 years old and very often feel completely confident going out without any makeup. But if I'm to be honest, I do feel better wearing a little makeup. And thank goodness there are makeup companies catering to these needs now. We don't want makeup caked on like a mask. More and more, I do find that women my age are realizing that you cannot hide or cover wrinkles. You just can't. Rather than apply traditional foundation, I like to edit my skin, which means starting with a wash of color and then with a perfectly matching thicker concealer, cover my blemishes. I have a few light sunspots on my face, and I found I'm getting more and more comfortable not covering them up completely. So hopefully this makeup look will help us to love our faces and let our uniqueness shine through. I really hope so. And with all that said, let's get on with the tutorial. For this look, it's good to use a serum foundation. Here's a makeup artist tip. If you can't afford a serum foundation, try mixing a little of the foundation you already have with a little moisturizer or serum. You can make your own. This L'Oreal True Match Serum Foundation has been around since 2021, but I must say that I've only just tried it. I like it as much, if not more so, than some of my really expensive serum foundations. It's very easy to blend. It looks completely natural. This color is Rosy Light 1 2.5. They offer about 9 different shades, so that's not really a lot of shades because some of these companies have 20, 30, even 40 different shades. But this one thins out so well, they say that one shade takes the place of about 3 different shades. So I have tried this before making this video, and I couldn't believe how much I loved it. It goes on so natural. Look at this. Even if you put a blob of foundation in a very careless way, it still looks nice and it still blends. I'm not even using a brush or a sponge right now. I might finish with a brush or a sponge, we'll see. We'll come back to these with a concealer also, but we're going very sheer today. I'm even going to take it under my eyes. And over my eyes. So I found this at Ulta while I was looking at the concealers for this video. It's Milani's Under Eye Tint in pink for lighter skin. So they have 3 colors. They have pink, peach, and dark peach. I chose this because my skin is so light, and this summer I've been especially careful to really protect my skin from the sun, and I don't think I've ever seen my skin quite so pale as it is this summer. So this pats on really nice and smooth, and it makes a fantastic base for concealer, or you can use it all by yourself. This week I've used it both ways. I've given it a thorough testing, and I'm just pressing it on there. I'm not even using a brush. It really goes on nice and silky. So that's a good little cheapie there for you. I think that made a great difference all by itself, but I will show you the concealer I picked up also. So I was surprised at what a great selection of concealers there were. I was shopping in Ulta and I came across this NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum, and this color is vanilla. I was very surprised by the color, first of all. Sometimes, I know in the past, whenever I went for a cheaper brand, it was kind of orangey, or the pigment wasn't very nice. But this pigment is really good. It comes in a pump bottle, which I really liked because it's not messy at all. You can squirt out just a little dot, and I tend not to use very much. So I'm just going to dot it gently under my eyes, here, here, and here. And I do put it a little bit out here. You want to watch this area because most of us have lines in that area more than close to the eye. And here's where a lot of darkness is on some people. Wow, that was a tiny little dot. And look at all this. I'm actually going to blot it away a little bit. I should have put it on my top lid. That's what I could have done with it. Okay, pat, 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 pat. And I can't believe, it's like I have nothing on. Can you see that? I think it's wonderful. I do have some left on my hand, so I'm going to dot that on my upper eyelids, and that's going to make a really nice eyeshadow base. I like using concealers for an eyeshadow base because it's the right color, first of all, and I find a lot of eyeshadow base, they're transparent. So what's the point? I like them to block out the color because most of us have some discoloration or another on our eyelids. So that's why I'm doing that. Okay, look at that. Love it. Next, I'm going to create some depth to the face by using this Wonder Stick by NYX in shade Fair. Yes, I'm using a few NYX items today. So the reason I like it, especially for this video, is that it's kind of foolproof, and I wanted something really simple for everyone. Usually I would choose a darker color. This color is kind of a taupe color, but as I've said in some of my previous videos, you do need a somewhat dull pigment for contouring. And here's a makeup artist tip. If you have a thin or gaunt face, you can skip the contour. Blush alone can be more flattering for you. Usually I would choose a darker color, but actually, look how dark that is coming up on my skin. That's quite amazing. It doesn't look that dark in the tube, but when I put it on my skin, it definitely does look darker. So, just using my fingers, you could also use a brush. And I pull it right up to my ears because I like that connectiveness. Sometimes I find that I see people, especially when your hair is back in a ponytail like this, there's like a white spot that hasn't been covered with makeup here. So always make sure you actually get it into your lobe like that. In fact, if you have white ears from being so good and you're using your sunscreen, feel free to put a little bronzer on your ears too. It's funny, as I'm working around this area, I'm noticing that my jawline is a little firmer this week. Really, I'm testing a new product. The jury's still out a little bit. You know I love my microcurrent. People who have been watching my channel for a long time, I have tried different microcurrent devices over the years, and I swear by microcurrent. So I have a new device that I'm testing. I'm not going to tell you anything about it yet, but if you look at my jawline from just 2 weeks ago, a video that I made 2 weeks ago, you'll see the difference. Okay, I almost forgot my nose. Let's let the nose join the party. Okay, just a little bit. Sometimes people do way too much nose contouring for my liking. You know, you can even use this as an eyeshadow in a pinch, because look, it's that weird kind of putty color. It makes for a nice eyeshadow. Look, you're going to be amazed. You're going to be amazed. You're going to be wowed. Maybe not, but that's good if you're in a hurry. Now, I didn't set everything yet. We didn't talk about that yet. I am going to use a little bit of, oh, look, you see what nearly happened? I nearly squished the lid right in to the stick. Always make sure you wind it up first, then. I really squished it the other day, look, you see? So let me show you the blush I picked up. This cream blush is from e.l.f. and it's called Luminous Putty Blush, and the color is Bermuda. Ooh la la. This is so easy to apply and it has a decent amount of pigment. Some of the more expensive brands used to have better pigments, but now these budget makeups are really upping their game. And I find this is comparable to my more expensive cream blushes. I am really enjoying this, and look at what a nice flush that's creating. Can you see the difference between one cheek and the other? It's very natural looking. I think this is a universally flattering color. If you do need some help blending, you can always use a sponge, but just make sure you're not wiping off all the work that you've just done. You can use a brush like this, which has man-made fiber bristles on the end, and these natural fibers keep it in place. So it's firm, but it's soft at the same time. So it's ideal for blush. Now, when you put on your blush too, you see I have that age spot there. So you have to be very careful not to disrupt the foundation that you've put on to cover that. And also know this, that age spots have a different texture than the rest of your skin. So whatever you put on top of them, it's going to make it lay a little bit different. Sometimes I think that it kind of grabs the pigment. So what I do is I kind of tap the blush around my age spots. That seems to work out for me. And then let's just tap a little bit around here. Make us look nice and healthy. And sometimes I put on just a little bit on my lids too. Give them a little bit of a rosy glow. There, that's great. And here's a makeup artist tip. If you're already rosy enough, or if you have rosacea, skip the blush. Use a nice sheer bronzer instead. Now back to this NYX contour stick that I've already used. It has a surprise in the end. It has, ta-da, a highlighter stick. So I'm going to just put some on the top of my cheekbones here. Now that I've applied my blush, this can go over the top. Not too much though. I do find that if highlighters look too glittery, they can actually show off your wrinkles more, so less is more when it comes to highlighter. This is e.l.f.'s HD Loose Translucent Powder. This powder provides a sheer natural coverage, and it's lightweight and it's not going to cake or crease. I think I'm becoming a drugstore convert. I can't believe these prices. And this powder is amazing. I love it. It's colorless, so literally any skin tone can use this powder. It's just enough to take off a shine, and it kind of reflects back in the little wrinkles, so it's very flattering. I dust it everywhere except my cheekbones because I like to keep the lovely shine I just created. Eyebrows. This is by NYX. It's called Fluff and Fill, and the color is taupe. Usually for an everyday look, I'll just brush my brows into place, but because some people won't leave the house without their brows being perfect, I'll show you this pencil. It's nice and firm, and it's not waxy. It has a nice little wedge shape at the end, and it's a nice matte texture, so it looks very natural. Also, I love this little tool at the end. It's like a miniature brush, and it's going to help, oh look at that, helps put your eyebrows into place, and it helps blend the pencil. So let me show you how this works. So I'm going to make this eyebrow a little bit higher than the other one. This is like a taupe color. It's still not quite as grayish as I like it to be, but it's pretty nice really. So I made that one a little bit higher because this eyebrow is higher. This one is wider than this one, but we don't have to make them exactly the same, do we? Okay, so let's fill this in a little bit more, and now I'm going over to this little tiny brush on the end. It's not like a mascara brush, it's like a miniature hairbrush or something. It's kind of velvety and smooth. I like the shape of this wedge pencil at the end. You can either make it thick or thin depending on the area of the brow that you're working on. And blend that out nice. Okay, so what are we missing here? Now they're about the same, but we need a little bit of filling in right here. Okay, I know they're not absolutely perfect, but they're going to have to do. This next item is not from a drugstore, it's from Colourpop. And you can buy Colourpop from Ulta or Colourpop's website. I used to think that Colourpop was mostly for teenagers and younger women. I thought it was going to be all sparkly and crazy bright colors, which some of it is, but I was pleasantly surprised at how many items are great for us older women also. I also ordered a smaller palette from Colourpop. It's called Deja Brew, and it's only $14, but it didn't arrive yet, which is a shame because I know it would have worked great for this makeup look. But you might want to check that one out too. I'm going to start with this color called Trip for my transitional color. Just going to sweep that from my lash line upwards. You see how that's further blocking out the discoloration on my lid? That's why I like to do a nice neutral canvas like that. It's a nice delicate color. Now I'm going to use Luxe, which is this color. That's going to go right under my brow. Not too far under though, because if you go too far down here, you're going to make your eyes look hooded. So just in that arch there. If you have added a little bit too much like I just did, Just take a clean, fluffy brush and just blend it in like that. That's why it's always good to have a few clean brushes standing by. Okay, so I was going to use this color called Truffles, which it's really nice, but it does have some sparkly bits in it. I think I'm going to make a last minute decision here, and at the same time maybe give you a tip, which is I like this color called Ghost Town, and then this lighter color next to it is called Enigma. And this is something you can do when you don't have quite the right color. The color you want is in between two colors. So you can literally take your brush, tap it in the darker color, and then tap it in the lighter color, and then kind of squish it in the middle. It's kind of like something an artist would do on a palette. So let's see if that works out. This is experimental. You know what? It's perfect. It was worth taking a risk. And I like to see people play with makeup and not be afraid of it, because come on, it washes off, thankfully. Otherwise, who knows what we would be going around looking like. Now that is just what I was looking for. Not too much eyeshadow, but it just opens up my eyes a little bit and puts some life into them. Okay, just fluff it out. No hard lines here. Now, of course, you don't have to go by the exact colors I'm using. If you have darker skin, there are some richer colors that you might want to play with. Since this is a no makeup look, eyeliner isn't necessary. But if you would like to try a little eyeliner, here's what you can do. Take one of the darker shades of your eyeliner. I'm going to use this one. Let's see, what's it called? Drama Mama. Oh, that's me. Then dampen your eyeliner brush. This is one from my own makeup line. The details are in the video description below. Okay, so dampen your brush, which I have just done. Stroke it gently into... Use one little area of the eyeshadow, because if you start dampening it all over, it's going to be kind of bogged down and difficult to use. So I like to choose a little area that I know has been damped, and then rest your lash against your lash line and then gently stroke across. Easy breezy. If you like, you can take your finger and kind of smudge it a little bit, like so. You could even use a lighter color than that if you like, but I kind of like this color. There, do you see the difference? It's very soft, but I think it makes an impact. So I just curled my lashes already, and I'm going to apply some mascara. My choice of mascara for this look is L'Oreal Voluminous. I'm using this mascara because it's pretty clean. It doesn't have a lot of fiber in it, so it's not going to give you those tarantula lashes. So I'm using Carbon Black, which is quite black. You can use any color that you like. You might even want to consider dark brown for a no makeup look. I often use dark brown on photo shoots. I use it on very, very pale blondes or redheads. It really makes blue eyes pop. In fact, sometimes what I'll do, especially for blue eyes, is that I'll put black mascara on the top and I'll put dark brown mascara on the lower lashes, and it really has a great effect. It really makes the eyes pop. So you've probably seen me using this little disposable brush because, like I said, I hate tarantula lashes. I don't like seeing them all clumped together. Some people like that look though. If you like that look, go for it. Whoa, what a difference mascara makes. It's amazing. Even though this is a no makeup look, I don't want to tell you that you have to wear a neutral lip color that hardly shows. We're allowed to stray outside the box a little bit if it makes you feel good. Having said that, I am going to show you a couple of choices for lips depending on what you're comfortable with. If you really want a color that looks really natural and you don't even have to look as you apply it, you'd probably really like this Tinted Lip Balm by Burts Byee. The color is magenta. So let me put this on straight from the tube. Very easy. I've been waiting the whole video so I can put something on my lips, and this feels great. You can't beat the price. My lips are a little bit dry. I always have something on my lips, so starting this video I didn't put anything on them, and now they're a bit dry. But I've been wearing this all week and I love it. I just throw it in my handbag and I can touch up my lips without even looking. Okay, so I'm going to show you another lip color that you might like. So I'm going to take this off and I'll be back in a tick. Okay, since I don't feel quite right unless I have a little more definition to my lips, I'll show you another way I like to do them. This lip liner is by Milani. I love that it's an old school pencil that you can sharpen and get a nice point on it if that's what you like. That's what I like. This color is 03 Nude. This stays on really well and it's not going to travel into your lip lines. So I'm just filling in a little bit, and then you can just blend it a little bit with your finger, and that's going to stay a long time. Now this color looks very brown. In the store I didn't realize quite how brown it looked, but this is called So Juicy from Colourpop, and again it's another cheapie and it feels good. It might be a little bit too glossy for a no makeup look, because my lips right now with this Milani lip liner on them, I think they look very natural and the texture looks nice, but to me they feel a bit dry because I always wear something on my lips. So let me show you how this looks. It's a squeezy tube. I'm just going to put on a little right in the middle. So the color is called Beechwood. And at first I thought it would be way too brown, but on the lips it looks like a real neutral pink nude. And I really think that the color brightens up my whole face. So this is my no makeup look. You don't have to do every step I did. I did give you some options and it's really up to you to make it your own. You can vary the eyeshadow color or not wear any eyeshadow. If you want to give your lashes a day off, don't wear mascara. You could skip the contour, or if you don't like anything on your skin, just wear a little under eye concealer. You do what works for you and what makes you feel good. Makeup should never make you feel weird or not like yourself. Please let me know what you think of this look. Do you have any brand suggestions or items that you feel work really good for this no makeup look? Let us know in the comment section below. It really does help other viewers find items that are right for them. That's it from me for now. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. Bye.